What's up, you sexy viewers? I'm the Anime Guru, and today I'm bringing you my spoiler-free top 10 anime of all time. Now, to spare you guys a long-ass intro, let's just jump straight into things. Coming in at number 10 is Eureka 7. Ren-10 Thurston is a 14-year-old boy who lives with his mechanic grandfather in a backwater town. Every day he dreamed of being with the mercenary light-finding operation LFO aircraft pilot group Gecko State and riding Trapar particle waves, a sport called reffing, with their charismatic leader Holland, especially when faced with his father's acclaimed past or his grandfather's desire to protect him. When a young girl named Eureka, riding on the original LFO, the Nervash Type 0, asks his grandfather for a tune-up, she inadvertently brings the attention of the military to the garage. As a result, the garage is destroyed and Ren-10 is forced to deliver a new type of interface, the Meta Drive, to the Nervash. After a heated fight in which the Nervash destroys the military LFOs by unleashing an immense amount of power, Ren-10 is invited into Gecko State. However, he quickly realizes that behind the facade of the traveling group of mercenaries is a very bitter reality. If you guys enjoy an anime that has action with a hint of romance, definitely check out Eureka 7. Hunter x Hunter 2011 is set in a world where hunters exist to perform all manners of dangerous tasks like capturing criminals and bravely searching for lost treasures in uncharted territories. 12-year-old Gon Freaks is determined to become the best hunter possible in hopes of finding his father, who is a hunter himself and had long ago abandoned his young son. However, Gon soon realizes that the path to achieving his goals is far more challenging than he could have ever imagined. Along the way to becoming an official hunter, Gon befriends the lively doctor-in-training Leorio, the vengeful Kurapika, and the rebellious ex-assassin Killua. To attain their goals and desires, together the four of them must take the hunter exam, notorious for its low success rate and high probability of death. Throughout their journey, Gon and his friends embark on an adventure that puts them through many hardships and struggles. They will meet a plethora of monsters, creatures, and characters, all while learning what being a hunter truly means. Check out Hunter x Hunter 2011 if you enjoy a shonen battle anime that isn't focused on OP power-ups, but instead focused on tactics. In this world there exist alchemists, people who study and perform the art of alchemical transmutation, to manipulate objects and transform one object into another. They are bounded by the basic laws of alchemy. In order to obtain something, you must sacrifice something of the same or equal value. The main character is the famous alchemist Edward Elric, also known as the Full Metal Alchemist, who almost lost his little brother, Alphonse, in an alchemical accident. Edward managed to attach his brother's soul to a large suit of armor. While he did manage to save his brother's life, he paid the terrible price of his limbs. To get back what they've lost, the brothers embark on a journey to find the Philosopher's Stone that is said to amplify the powers of an alchemist enormously. However, on the way, they start uncovering a conspiracy that could endanger the entire nation, and they realize the misfortunes brought upon by the Philosopher's Stone. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is an all-around great anime, and I would recommend it to anyone of any age. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a story that takes place in the year 2015, when these angels, which are huge, tremendously powerful alien war machines, appear in Tokyo for the second time. The only hope for mankind's survival lies in the Evangelion, a humanoid fighting machine developed by NERV, a special United Nations agency. Capable of withstanding anything, the angels can dish out. The Evangelion's one drawback lies in the limited number of people able to pilot them. Only a handful of teenagers, all born 14 years ago, 9 months after the angels first appeared, are able to interface with the Evangelion. One such teenager is Shinji Ikari, whose father heads the NERV team that developed and maintains Evangelion. Thrust into a maelstrom of battle and events that he does not understand, Shinji is forced to plumb the depths of his own inner resources for the courage and the strength to not only fight, but to survive, or to risk losing everything. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a classic, and if you haven't seen it yet, click away from this video and go watch it right now. Okazaki Tomoya is a delinquent who finds life dull and believes he'll never amount to anything. Along with his friend Tsunohara, he skips school and plans to waste his high school days away. One day, while walking to school, Tomoya passes a young girl muttering quietly to herself. Without warning, she exclaims, "Anpan!" a popular Japanese food, which catches Tomoya's attention. He soon discovers the girl's name is Furukawa Nagisa, and that she exclaims things she likes in order to motivate herself. Nagisa claims they are now friends, but Tomoya walks away, passing the encounter off as nothing. However, Tomoya finds he is noticing Nagisa more and more around school. Eventually, he concedes and befriends her. Tomoya learns Nagisa has been held back a year due to a severe illness, and that her dream is to revive the school's drama club. Claiming he has nothing better to do, he decides to help her achieve this goal along with the help of 4 other girls. Now, I know this sounds like it's a harem, but I can guarantee you that Clannad is not a harem. Clannad is a romance. If you're a fan of the romance genre and you haven't seen Clannad, go watch it right now, please. Higurashi is a story that follows the main character Keiichi Maebara, a boy who moves into this quiet but seemingly innocent town named Hinamizawa, where he finds he is horribly mistaken. Within Hinamizawa, you've got millions of crazy bitches, all of which are both trying to hop on his dick and murder him at the same time. Or are they? You see, Higurashi is a mindfuck anime. It's a mystery, horror, etc. It's like if you have Death Note and you have a really fucked up show and you just make them have a baby. That is what Higurashi is. If you are a fan of the horror genre and you haven't seen Higurashi yet, go watch it for the love of God. But don't be confused, and be warned. Higurashi may seem confusing as fuck at first, but I guarantee you everything gets cleared up. Or does it? A Shinigami, as a god of death, can kill any person, provided that they see their victim's face and write their victim's name in a notebook called the Death Note. One day, Ryuk, born by the Shinigami lifestyle and interested in seeing how a human would use a Death Note, drops one into the human realm. High school student and prodigy Light Yagami stumbles upon the Death Note and, since he deplores the state of the world, tests the deadly notebook by writing a criminal's name in it. When the criminal dies immediately following his experiment with the Death Note, Light is greatly surprised and quickly recognizes how devastating the power that has fallen into his hands could be. With this divine capability, Light decides to extinguish all criminals in order to build a new world where crime does not exist and people worship him as a god. Police, however, quickly discover that a serial killer is targeting criminals and consequently try to apprehend the culprit. To do this, the Japanese investigators count on the assistance of the best detective in the world, a young and eccentric man known only by the name of L. Now this is, again, of the few amazing mystery anime. If any of you haven't seen Death Note, please, for the love of God, watch it right now. It is so good. A millennium from now, in Japan, exists a utopia. The protagonist, Saki Watanabe, lives in an idyllic village barred from the outside world. Her world is ruled by the people who possess the god's power of psychokinesis. After finally obtaining her own powers, Saki enters the Zenjin Academy to train along with 5 other children. Not all is as it seems, however. In this utopian village, strange rumors about a monstrous cat that abducts children circulate, and the students are said to disappear from the academy. The world and its history are much darker than they appear, and humanity is on the verge of collapsing. Now be warned, this anime does have both yaoi and yuri elements within it, but don't let that deter you from the magnificence that is Shinsekai Yori. Fate Zero takes place 10 years prior to the events of Fate Stay Night, detailing the events of the Fourth Holy Grail War in Fukuyuki City. The War of the Holy Grail is a contest in which 7 Magi summon 7 heroic spirits to compete and obtain the power of the Holy Grail, which grants a miracle. Founded by the Einsburn, Mato, and Tosaka families centuries ago, the Einsburn family is determined to achieve success after 3 successive failures, no matter the cost. As a result, they have elected to bring the hated Magus killer, Kiritsugu Emiya, into their ranks, despite his methods and reputation as a skilled mercenary and a hitman who employs whatever he can use to accomplish his goals. Though Kiritsugu had once wanted to become a hero who could save everyone, he has long since abandoned his ideal upon realizing that saving one person comes at the cost of another's life. For the sake of humanity, he will ruthlessly destroy anything and anyone who threatens the peace of others. However, Kiritsugu finds himself deeply torn between the love he has found for his new family, his wife Irisville, and his daughter Ilia, and what he must do to obtain the Holy Grail. Meanwhile, Kiritsugu's greatest opponent appears in the form of Kirei Kotomine, a priest who cannot find any sense of fulfillment in his life and sets his sights on Kiritsugu as the possible answer to the emptiness he feels. Now, this is an anime that is simply fucking epic. If you have not seen Fate Zero yet, go watch it right now, you sexy motherfuckers. Now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. What is number 1? Coming in at number 1 is Code Geass, motherfuckers. Now, Code Geass is a story about a boy named Lelouch, a teenager, going to a normal high school who just despises his country. When he was but a boy, he witnessed his mother's execution right before his eyes, which both blinded and crippled his younger sister Nunnally. As a result of this, he aims to create a better world for his sister Nunnally, and formulates a plan to bring the complete and utter destruction of the Holy Britannian Empire, which was responsible for his mother's murder. Lelouch has 2 different powers. The first power, Geass, is also known as the power of the king. With Lelouch's Geass, he has the power to control and manipulate anyone he chooses, but the catch is, he only can use it once per person. He also has a terrorist group known as the Black Knights, which he uses to strategize and tactically execute